Are you in need of a breakthrough? What is causing you to feel this way? What has you in bondage? What has a grip on you? Is it pornography? Is it alcohol? Is it drugs? Is it sex? Is it envious? Is it gossip? Is it anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts? What is causing you to feel this way? What is causing you to feel hopeless and that you've got nowhere else to go? I know your life feels heavy and suffocating. The way you've been living just isn't for you anymore. You aren't seeing any joy in life. You have no peace. You're worried sick all the time. Something just doesn't feel right. You want a fresh start, a reset button, if you will. You need a breakthrough. And Jesus Christ is your breakthrough. In Galatians chapter 5, verse 1, it says, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty by which Christ has made us free. And do not be entangled again with the yoke of bondage." The devil is making you feel the exact way you're feeling right now. Hopeless, insecure, worried, depressed, suicidal. He wants you to feel like your life is worth nothing. He wants you to take your own life. He wants you to be miserable. He doesn't want you to turn to Jesus Christ. He does not want you to turn to God Almighty, because he knows what will happen if you do. He knows that if you fully surrender to Jesus, you give your life to him, he will give you peace that passes all understanding. He will give you joy. He will give you comfort. He will give your life purpose. That's what the devil knows, and the devil wants you to be beaten to your knees like you are right now. But Jesus wants to set you free. You just have to let him. You've got to stop finding the pleasures in the worldly things you're doing. Like the things I mentioned earlier, you've got to say no to those. Stop finding pleasures in those sinful things you're doing. You know better. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. Find pleasure in Jesus. Turn to him in everything. Find joy in him. He will turn your life around. And if you are addicted to these things, if you are addicted to these sinful things, you know you have got to stop doing, but you can't. He can take those away, just like he took away my pornography addiction. Jesus can turn your life around on a dime. Now, if you're truly desperate for a breakthrough, if you're like, "Levi, I have got to change my life. Jesus, you have got to change my life because I cannot live this way anymore," I highly recommend you fast. A biblical fast. 12 hours, 24 hours, 3 days, 40 days like Jesus did. Whatever it may be. Go without food for a period of time because you are denying your earthly flesh. You are denying your earthly desire to eat so that you can get closer to God spiritually. Do it humbly. Fast, knowing that you're stepping away from your worldly pleasures. You're stepping away from your earthly body, the sinful body, and you're chasing after Jesus. You're trying to get closer to him. You need that breakthrough. So you're submitting to him and fasting. Matthew chapter 17 tells us, Jesus says that casting out this specific demon that the disciples couldn't can only be casted out through prayer and fasting. Just the same in your life. There may be addictions. There may be things, bondage the devil has over you that can only be broken when you pray and fast. So give fasting a try if you're so desperate for a breakthrough. We aren't commanded to fast as Christians, but it's expected of us. So if you need a breakthrough, I highly recommend fasting. Turn your life over to Jesus. Let him take away this anxiety, this depression, whatever things you need, whatever bondage the devil has you in. God will be your breakthrough. You just have to trust him. You just have to let him work wonders in your life. God bless.